Good morning, everybody. Jim Boat, welcome back on the boat. It's about 5:30 in the morning. We are gonna head on into Phoenix. I've got some things I've got to do. It was really a nice weekend. Here's our little cove. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at that. So we're gonna head, that's heading back in here. Nobody here. Oh, there's a fisherman. Just as soon as I said there's nobody here. Anyway, the good part about, using this, the bad part is you got to go back in. Can't stay out here forever. I mean, I could. I want to talk about that too, about how this boat would work if you do want to stay out here forever, or stay anywhere, or just stay anywhere out on this boat forever. Really cool. I did find some things that I want to go on and upgrade, and I thought, I need to go on and get this stuff done before it gets too hot. I just want to upgrade it up to really a nice boat. Some things that I looked at thinking, I think it works, but I can make it nicer. And so I thought, I just got up this morning, I'm going to head on in. And the wind's been really something for the last few days. I don't know what it is with the wind, but right now, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna head on in, and then I'll cover about what we're gonna do for some more upgrades. That's the whole point about using it, is you realize things that you want to change. Supplies that I didn't bring. I broke my fishing pole. I wish I could say I just had a big old fish on it, but I didn't. I just casted it, and it the whole the whole reel. Anyway, the whole spool just came off and went flying out in the water. And I found a really nice fisherman that I was telling you about, all those fish that were jumping that I showed you on the video. And he said they're carp. They're not actually bass. I didn't quite realize that. But so then he told me how to go catch carp. And the whole thing is, I don't really like the taste of fish. I just like to catch them and release them. So carp, he said, were really good. Easy to catch, and you just release them. So I'm gonna get some carp, get a new fishing pole, some carp bait, come back out here and catch some carp. Anyway, so that's where we are right now. The boat's working great. I mean, it's so easy to stay out here. There's a lot of this lake to explore now. Again, the water is rising, which is kind of cool. The water's rising. I got up this morning and my lines were slack, so that's actually nice. Out here in the west, we're in the drought, but we are in the west, right? But the water was going up, which is really cool. So anyway, we're just going to head in here. I thought the reason I do it now is before the wind picks up again. It's really hard to load this in a stiff wind, so right now there's just a slight breeze. So we're just going to go on and head in and load up and head out. All right, let's see what happens. I'll talk to you more on the boat here about some of the things I want to do to it. I got my punch list up and running about supplies that I need to make sure that I have, pre-flight checklist that I need to do. I get out here and then realize I forgot to bring some stuff, and it's kind of funny. But on a specialty boat like this, you really don't know what kind of quote checklist that you need to do. So I was sitting there going, man, I forgot to bring this and that, and so I'm going to build a custom checklist for this. It's pretty cool though. It's real easy to stay out here. Have I said that it's really easy to stay out here? It's really easy to stay out here. When I'm using this boat, it's incredibly relaxing, and you start realizing you really appreciate the things that you have. I was sitting here, and there were some flies coming around, and they were biting me, and I was chasing the flies around, and I just started giggling, thinking, I'm complaining about these flies, but look where I am. I'm sitting on this completely self-contained boat out in the lake in the most beautiful weather, fill in the blanks. Just everything is great. And then I saw a fisherman come by in his little boat, and they spent the night out of this little 10 horsepower John boat. And they said they fished all night, and they have to go on shore to do things and stuff. And I'm looking at my boat thinking, man, I stayed all night too. I've stayed a week out here, and I could have stayed another 2 or 3 weeks out here and just realize how nice this boat is. But anyway, I started thinking how I could even make this boat nicer. And so I started thinking about the charging system. If you looked at the previous videos, I had to make the chargers for the motors a little less because I only have one outlet, 15 amp outlet. I couldn't draw more than 15 amps. So I made them go down at, so I got 2 chargers that did 8 amps each. And one circuit could handle that to charge the batteries. And I started thinking, well, why? You know, why don't I put the original chargers in there and have them charge it twice as fast, almost 3 times as fast? When I was sitting out here and I got all my batteries charged, I was thinking, but what if somebody buys this thing and they want to go to the marina every night? If I charge it up now with these batteries, it could take 17, almost 20 hours to charge up these batteries. So if somebody goes into a marina, they go cruising all day long, they go into a marina and they plug in, by morning the batteries wouldn't be charged, and that's not really good. That takes away one of the advantages of this boat being electric. It needs to be, when they go into the marina to charge up, it should be charged in the morning. So I think what I'm going to do is I've gotten my fill of the lake now for a week. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I had to get out here on the lake. I was getting a little landlocked there. So now that I've got my fix for a while, I'm going to take out the old charging system, the one that was set up for flooded batteries. You know, like your RV auxiliary batteries you have, those 12-volt batteries. The charging system is originally made for flooded batteries. Well, lithium-ion batteries are so efficient that this charger really doesn't know what to do with it. And so I'm going to take that completely out, put a real LiFePo charger in there for the 12-volt battery, and I'm going to run another power line or another outlet basically underneath the bed. I'm going to add another 15 amp circuit under there, another plug-in. So then I'm going to put the 2 original heavy-duty chargers underneath the bed. That way, when you start charging, they'll be charged in 8-9 hours from 0. That's the proper way to do it. And after sitting out here and relaxing a little bit, I realized, I need to do that. It's the proper way to do it. So I'm going to do that right before it gets really hot. I need to get serious about that. I'm a little hesitant to mount anything up here because even though I have geeked this boat out, I've made it home assistant and internet and all that, the next person might not want that. And I want them to be able to just turn the key and start the boat, which is the way it is now. And I want instruments on there I want people to be able to just see the instruments without geeking out like I'm doing. I'm going real fast here. I want to drain the batteries as much as possible so when I put it on the trailer, the boat's not so heavy. Well, yes, I'm back at home and it's a good thing. I was out for a whole week. It was just, I enjoyed it completely. So what I did is as I'm out there, I'm just testing everything, and I found another opportunity that when I converted this thing, I didn't change a component because I didn't think I needed to change the component. Got up this morning on the lake and looked at the refrigerator, and the refrigerator was off. No power to it at all. So I looked around. My 12-volt battery, my lithium iron phosphate battery, was dead. I mean, like 10.5 volts or something, and the little BMS had turned it off. Looking at my charging system, well, that was what I never changed when I put it in here. Some of you guys will know, and I know now, is the original system in here is a transformer that would charge a 12-volt flooded battery. That's what it was designed for, and it worked fine up until I had my lithium iron phosphate battery. And apparently it doesn't know what to do with it. Now, yes, I did check it. The battery was always full, or 90% or something if I use it, so I didn't think anything of it. What I didn't think of is it was only charging it at a few watts because the voltage between a lithium iron phosphate battery is much higher to a flood acid battery. So the transformer thought, oh geez, you're already full, so I don't need to feed you any more power. So when it did get power, it was like just a few few hundred watts or something. It wasn't much at all. And I didn't realize that until fortunately I had used a lot of lights. I used a lot of 12 volt energy, and I just drained the battery down. It's no big deal. The refrigerator didn't come on. It's, you know, okay, whatever. Now that I understand that the transformer was not made for lithium iron phosphate, let me show you. Here's the power panel. I've taken everything off of it. I didn't think you really wanted to see me. So here's the power panel, and let me show you the model number. There's the model number for it, and as you can see, 1994. They didn't even know what lithium phosphate batteries were back then. I'm guessing, I don't know. It's a transformer. I mean, look at that sucker. When I turn the power on, when I would turn my house power on, that puppy would just start humming. I mean, really loud. I would walk over to it and it was hot. I mean, this whole thing was really, really cooking. Of course, as you know, heat is energy, so it's using my house battery very inefficiently, but it hummed a lot. So what I have to do, which I have not done yet, is I need to disconnect this whole thing, and I don't really honestly know how to do that because I'm set up another charging system, so I don't need this anymore. And I'm guessing, I have to ask my friends, is this 100% 12 volts? So I can just disconnect it from up here, take off these wires, call it good. I don't know. I was going to change this whole panel, and I think I am going to change one of these fuses and upgrade it, make it a 30 amp fuse so I can do something else, and I'll explain that later. But anyway, look at that sucker. That is a transformer. That's all copper wiring down in there, if you can see. That's all copper wiring. The good old days, right? Anyway, so I have to pull that out of there, but that transformer was not giving my lithium iron phosphate batteries any power at all, so it killed the battery. Here's what I'm doing to fix that. So this very simple project is never really simple for me because I'm learning how to do this stuff as I go along. So I have to break out all my tools and all of my information to learn. There's some stuff right there. There's one over there, all my boxes. I got tools here. I got tools here. I no longer can fit on my bed, and it's really not that even complicated to do this, but you know, got to be prepared. If you go back to season 1, I had all my solar panels, I had 2 strings, and I'm not going to go over the whole thing. It's back there somewhere, and I'm not going to put a link to it because it'd be too hard to find it. But anyway, I had 2 strings coming down. I had this solar charge controller right here on 1 string, and that one was going to charge 1 battery. Well, it turned out that I just changed it, and I didn't need to do that anymore, so I had taken this out. But what I'm going to do now, I put it back in, but what I'm going to do, and it seems like it's going to work. This is a 12 volt and a 48 volt, 12, 24, 48 volt input and output. So it's automatic, and I have used it before and it does work. So here's what I did. I'm going to run the solar, hook it into the house battery, which is 48 volts. Yes, it already does 48 volts, and I know it does because I turned this on and I did test it to make sure that could handle it, and it's no problem at all. And then on the battery, it's also a 12 volt, 24 or 48 volt battery output. I'm going to run to my 12 volt battery that is absolutely dead. This is why you're here. I haven't pushed the button yet. So I'm going to push the button. I'm going to start screen record on my phone, and you, me, and the other people that are watching this are going to watch together what will happen. Now, honestly, I think it's going to charge battery and everything should be fine, but I'm going to record it for prosperity. Is that what it's called, prosperity? Okay, well, whatever it's called, that's why I'm going to record it. So let's push the button. Yes, hang on. Safety glasses. There we go, I'm all set. Let's push the button. Okay, I'm gonna push the button here. This is the house battery. Click, it's on. This should pop on. Oh, it is on. It's gonna calibrate it, hopefully. Yep, there it goes. It knows that the PV is 50 volts and it is putting out the batteries at 22%. I can't quite read that from here. Let's see what the screen reporter says. The battery's still there, it hasn't blown up yet. So this is a cable, it's a 10 gauge cable that I put in, it's just solar cable. Let's see what the phone does here. Alrighty, that's beautiful, it's working. Wait a minute, I got screen capture. think I'm recording this. The app is Overkill Solar. What a name, right? I'm going to kill it a little bit. I'm going to kill it to pieces. All right. So here's where it is right now. It has been charging. As you can see, this little button right here, I'm going to turn off and on. So it's been charging since I've got home, but it only charges, like I said, 1 or 2%. I don't even know. But anyway, so I'm going to turn that off. Oh wait, I need to turn that on. Okay, so I have it on screen record. I'm going to push the button and then I'm going to record it. So we're going to see what this shoots up for. On the left hand side where it says charge, that light should come on, and hopefully the power should be many watts. So let us find out here. Hopefully, yep, there it goes. It knows that the PV is 50 volts and it is putting out, the battery's at 22%. I can't quite read that from here. Let's see what the screen reporter says. The battery's still there, it hasn't blown up yet. So this is a cable, it's a 10 gauge cable that I put in, it's just solar cable. Let's see what the phone does here. Alrighty, that's beautiful, it's working. Wait a minute, I got screen capture. Alright, it's cranking it up good. I think I should get the screen capture, but I'm putting in 600, 700 watts, 722 watts, 731, 700 watts. Okay, now the output on this thing is maximum of 750 watts of power, and it's going between 730, that's cool, 730, well you can see the screen. So we're gonna sit out here and look at this thing for a while, make sure everything's okay. The fan is going on really well. So it's charging it really well. It says it's 33%, but oh, the solar says, okay, I don't know. That might be 71% capacity or something. I don't know. Let me show you that here. There's no load because it does have a load, but I don't have anything on it. The battery's at 13 volts now. Okay, I get that. This thing is automatically a LiFePo. This is made for a lithium iron phosphate battery, so it's already calibrated for LiFePo. 13.1. It's pretty cool. I did do a review on this. I am happy with it the first time I used it. It's, you know, it's one of those all-in-ones, but it's working really well. All right, the battery's at 60 amps, 13.2 volts. Interesting. 772 watts, 52 amps. That baby is cranking. Oh my God. All right, let me check something else here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check the output on my house battery and see how much is being drawn out of the house battery. Okay, here's the house battery. I'm not sure if you're recording this at all. It's pulling 13 amps and the house battery is at 82%. It looks really good. It's only pulling 12 amps out of my 48 volt battery and it's looking good. I'm going to hang out here for a little bit and make sure there's no smoke. That seems to take care of it. You know, and the interesting thing is, the last few times I've gone down to the lake, I've taken all of my tools and I've taken all of this just in case. And this time I decided not to because I just wanted to hang out on the lake. But that's okay. I would say I was running short of sweet tea, but I wasn't. I still had a gallon to go. But a whole week out there was just fine. Yeah, this is really cool. So I already had that inverter. You know, and my friend John came up with that, and I like that idea because I already had this charge controller, and why not use it to charge the batteries? I had thought about all kinds of different things, buying a charger, hooking it up to AC, running a cable over to DC, over to the battery, all kinds of stuff. I had a buck converter that I had bought. I was going to use it one time. Instead of using this 12 volt battery, I was going to use a buck converter. Well, obviously I decided not to do that because I wanted the backup of the 12 volts. So in case I wanted to pull many more watts than the buck converter can handle, I didn't want the buck converter to do whatever they do when you overtax them. John came up with this idea and I really like it, and it really seems to work. So that really solves my 12 volts I can run a disco center in here now on 12 volts and it'll be just fine. All right, I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. That project is done. That was really the big deal because when my refrigerator quit working, you can't stay out there without a refrigerator. I mean, really. What would happen to my milk? I don't want my cereal to taste funny again. Okay, the next thing is I need to turn off the, I need to take out the, I need to take out the coil. Is that the coil? No, not the coil. Transformer. I need to pull the transformer or turn it off or whatever. It's charging it right now, but I don't really need it anymore, and the darn thing just uses a lot of power, and I would prefer not to do that. So I got to figure out how to take out that transformer, but I'm not too worried about it. I'll figure it out. All right, let's move on. This is kind of cool. That's actually really cool. Such a simple fix. Thanks, John. You know, doing the project is really fine. I kind of enjoy that because, you know, when you accomplish something, it's pretty cool. What I really don't like is putting the tools away. If I had to hire somebody to put my junk away. Oh my God, there's a lot of tools. Oh well, chop chop, let's go. All right, so I just talked to my friend John again, told him that the charging problem was fixed, and I told him I wanted to take this transformer out, and he said, why? And I go, because I don't like it, it makes heat and stuff. He goes, is it broken? I said, well, no. And he says, don't take it out because it might cause trouble. It might cut a wrong wire or do whatever. He says, it's not causing you trouble. Put the front of it on and leave it alone. And I think that's a good idea. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I started whacking off some of these wires. Cut the blue one or the red one or the green one. I could get into trouble. Oh wait, there's a red one. Cut the red one, cut the blue one, cut the white one. I could get into trouble. That is one thing I still want to do here. The charging is done now, is I want to still run another cable for the charging system, and I'm going to explain that in another video because it's really convoluted. I changed it, and I think I'm going to go back to the original. Anyway, so I'll do that on another video. All right, let's see what's next. Darn, now I have to go clean up my tools. Oh well. Uh-oh. I put this thing back together and I still have 4 screws left. I have leftovers. I'll just throw them away. They probably don't go anywhere. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, maybe they go here. What do you think? Okay, when I started reading this thing, look what I found. 12 volt DC includes 3 amp charging. 3 amp, that's not even enough for a light bulb. Back in the flood lead battery, that was probably Mag Daddy. Anyway, we're all good now. That battery out there is almost already charged. All right, let's move on. Hey guys, Jim Boat, welcome back out on the boat. What? I didn't close out the last video. Oh, all right, well, I'm already out on the water again. So, hit the like button if you would. I appreciate you all hitting the like on the videos. It's kind of nice to see that people are watching them and enjoying them. So as usual, I love you guys, and I will talk to you on the next video.